Opening weekend in USL, and it brings us to Taft Stadium, where we begin with a derby. It's Oklahoma City Energy taking on Tulsa Roughnecks in the Black Gold Derby. They play it for the wrench last year. Tulsa took the wrench en route to a playoff appearance. Oklahoma City also making the playoffs as well, going out in the conference finals to Swope Park Rangers as Oklahoma City Energy continues on a very positive trajectory here in USL. Now, let's go and get to what happened this offseason. Tulsa, they lose their best players. They had a terrific turnaround, but they lose Kafa, Kalisri, and Svantason to various other clubs in USL. They'll be tough to replace, George.
Yeah, 29 goals combined between those two. That is going to be very difficult to replace. We'll see how David Vodriel, the coach of Tulsa, how he handles it. Does he do it with tactics? What players will step up for them?
As we now move to Oklahoma City Energy, they bring in a new manager, Steve Cook, and he manages to keep their most important players, George.
Yeah, scoring goals is very important, especially in the Western Conference, and keeping Angulo, Gonzalez, and Barril. Two players in Gonzalez and Barril that can hold the possession in the midfield and set up Angulo to finish. Angulo, 11 goals last season. He was excellent.
Steve Cook coming from Colorado Rapids also brings in a new goalkeeper. Matt Van Ocol is our player to watch this evening. Was with Real Salt Lake last year. Didn't have the best of goes in terms of being in Major League Soccer. Here you see him against New York Red Bulls, but he can be terrific in goal.
Yeah, he is very, very strong in between the sticks. And Oklahoma City, to get to the playoffs again under a new manager, they need clean sheets, and it always starts with the goalkeeper.
The new manager, Steve Cook, saying he could be the best goalkeeper in USL. Coming up next, it is Oklahoma City Energy playing host to Tulsa Roughnecks. We start opening weekend in USL with a derby from Taft Stadium. It's OKC Energy in the Black Gold Derby taking on Tulsa Roughnecks, a battle of the two pro teams in Oklahoma, and it's coming up next.
Find your Mercy primary care doctor at mercy.net/energy.
Before the celebration, before the projections. Wait, those are the projections? Before you changed course. Again. Before the late nights, long shots, and leaps of faith. Before it was a startup, it was just an idea. And then everything changed. Cox Business. We're making the connections that change everything.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
We are live from Taft Stadium this evening where Oklahoma City Energy are taking on Tulsa Roughnecks in the Black Gold Derby. It's opening weekend in USL. We're very excited to present you coverage of this one. My name is Chris Whittingham. I'm joined by George DiMattelis. Let's run through how the Black Gold Derby played out last season. It went to the Tulsa Roughnecks by 2-1. Tulsa winning at Taft Stadium last year. Here you see the confirmation of the victory in the Derby. They won the wrench last year. That's what they play for, yeah. George DiMattelis. They play for the wrench. There you see the celebratory orange wrench that is above the heads of the Tulsa Roughnecks players. But some of the players seeing that shot no longer with the team.
Yeah, for Tulsa, it was huge to win the wrench because in previous seasons, Oklahoma City had pretty much dominated Tulsa Roughnecks Football Club. So it was important for Tulsa to get that wrench. They have it in their possession now, and they would love to keep it throughout this season.
All-time 1-6, drawn 2, lost 3, Oklahoma City. Let's run through the lineups for this one, starting first with Tulsa Roughnecks and manager David Vadriel.
He comes out with a 4-2-3-1 with Cerda in goal. Look out for Munoz and Ugarte. They are going to have a tough time trying to deal with the attacking players of Tulsa, and John Pires up top to score the goals. He will be the point man up top for Tulsa. He will have to work his magic through the center back in the defensive pairing of the Oklahoma City Energy.
Former youth player at Chelsea, John Pires. We now run through Oklahoma City. Plenty of returning players, but also a few FC Dallas newcomers there, the USL affiliate of FC Dallas. You see it on the right with Francis Tuahene, and at center back with Jordan Cano.
Yep, and for Oklahoma City fans, this is a unique situation. Usually under Jimmy Nielsen, it was a 4-4-2, a flat 4-4-2, and they tried to play a lot of their attack through the wings or down the flanks, if you will. So they're going to try to build more of the attack through the midfield. They have that double pivot of Ross and Guzman, and Barril is a player that can hold the ball and make things happen and distribute as well.
John Brown will lead the line, played a sort of variety of positions for Jimmy Nielsen last year, and that does sort of we should mention the fact that Steve Cook, this is his first game in charge of Oklahoma City Energy, was the interim manager for Colorado Rapids last year after they sacked Pablo Mastroeni. He managed a dozen games or thereabouts, got the opportunity to be a full-time manager, and he's taken it.
Yeah, it's an important formation. It's an important situation for Steve Cook. You don't want to lose your first game ever, but you definitely don't want to lose it to your arch rivals. So this is a massive game for Steve Cook. It's a new era for Oklahoma City Energy FC because of the fact that it's a new coach. The previous seasons, it's been Jimmy Nielsen. A new era for OKC. You want to start with a victory.
We are now underway from Taft Stadium. Oklahoma City Energy going from right to left, wearing the white kits with the green and blue trim. Tulsa Roughnecks in their road blacks with the gold trim as well, kind of honoring the Derby with their kit choice this evening. For Oklahoma City Energy, they come off of a third consecutive playoff season, but change managers with Jimmy Nielsen going out. Steve Cook comes in from Colorado Rapids, was an assistant coach for a number of years and was interim manager last season. Oklahoma City Energy, though, looking to get back to the conference finals and perhaps advance even further in the USL playoffs. For Tulsa Roughnecks, very much a turnaround season last year under David Vadriel. Was one of the worst teams in the league by record in 2016, but massively turned it around. They were 5 wins, 4 draws, and 21 losses in 2016. Finished 15th in the Western Conference. This past year, though, making the playoffs and doing pretty decently against San Antonio, taking them all the way into extra time before conceding that winner.
Yeah, it was a great turnaround season for Tulsa, and now the expectations are going to be a little bit higher for Roughnecks. We'll see how they handle it.
As the throw-in is into the penalty area from Richard Dixon. Taken there by Barril, but dispossessed. They'll win it back in midfield through Guzman. A soft touch for the Spaniard Barril. Jose Barril will play it back, as you mentioned, George, in terms of wanting to play the possession. Barril for Callum Ross, the Newcastle lad, as the cross is swung in by Highland. Takes an awkward deflection. John Dixon's going to try and win it, but it's swept away there by Paris G. Only as far as Richard Dixon. Guzman.
This is big turnover here.
And away is Tulsa Roughnecks to Fernando Arce. He'll play it out wide to John Pires. He'll have a go, and it's just wide of Matt Van Okel's goal.
Oh, Tulsa sitting back, and there was a poor pass in the midfield. It leads to this opportunity, and you figure now that a new attitude, a new thought process in terms of how to play football for Oklahoma City that might mean more possession, but also leave them vulnerable to counterattacks as well. We'll see how that plays out.
Here's Christian Ibiaga. And at Route 1, up towards John Brown. You see him throwing his body about. In terms of this rivalry a season ago, as you mentioned in the open there, Tulsa winning 2 of the 3 matchups, including one at Taft Stadium. It was the first meeting. They won 2-1. Then Tulsa won on their home ground 2-1. And then Oklahoma City won the final one, pulling one back with a 2-0 victory. Energy FC and Arvis Bank have teamed to add a new element to home matches. The first ball that leaves the field of play and makes it into the stands is for that person to keep. The Energy FC staff will retrieve that game ball and replace it with a ball signed by the entire team. It's courtesy of Arvis Bank, as we will have a corner here a little more than 3 minutes into this one.
You see Kyle Highland down the left side. He is a veteran a very secure and stable part of that back line, especially from the left side. That left back position with pace can serve in crosses as well. Fixture on the left side of the attack for OKC.
It'll be John Brown to swing this corner in. 27-year-old Welshman, most recently in the Bangladesh Premier League. As he'll swing it at the edge of the area, out to punches Cerda, the Chilean. On the volley, it comes through, but taking it there is Rivas, and he'll try and break, but it's intercepted by John Brown.
You see Guzman getting more touches in the midfield. Look how high up the back line of OKC is playing. Sharp contrast from the way Jimmy Nielsen had the team playing.
There's Jordan Cano, FC Dallas youth player. This is his first season as a pro, was with Southern Methodist University, SMU.
Mustangs.
One of the unique features of USL is the way that certain USL clubs and certain MLS clubs have relationships for players. You see two FC Dallas players in the team today, they being Jordan Cano, the Plano, Texas native, and Francis Atuahene, the super draft pick on that right-hand side for Oklahoma City.
And the important reason for that is to get playing time, to get fit, to hone your skills, sharpen your skills.
And also play against professionals,
yes,
particularly for players that come from the college game.
Yes, to experience that pace, the change of pace, the elevated levels of skill.
Giving away in midfield, here's Oklahoma City Energy through John Brown, streaking Alex Hips in the air. The cross is swung in, but he can't get his touch sorted out. Streaking down through the middle of the penalty area was Alex Dixon, but couldn't tuck it past Fabian Cerda.
And we're see John Brown playing a little bit out wide, actually floating out to the right on a couple of occasions. That opened up the middle for Alex Dixon, and he knows that he should have controlled that a little bit better. But a good opportunity early on for OKC, and we're seeing that they are, with Brown floating out to the right, opening things up in the middle. All it takes is just a little bit of service. That's it.
Michael Gamble coming back to receive the ball, but Atuahene intercepts into the penalty area. He'll have a shot, and it's the opening goal! Oklahoma City Energy! To the FC Dallas loanee, the Ghanaian Francis Atuahene have their first goal of the campaign. It's Oklahoma City 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0.
And this all started with Atuahene intercepting a pass. This is a bad mistake in the midfield by Tulsa. And Francis Atuahene, with plenty of time and space, look at his head is up, he sees the near post, and he powers it past Fabian Cerda. But this is a massive mistake in the midfield by Tulsa. I believe it was Mirkovic trying to play it out wide to his left, and he basically passed it to Atuahene, and Mirkovic, you can say, assisted Atuahene on that goal. But that's exactly how you want to start the match, start the season. You got to finish those chances, and Atuahene does that. Well done by him, and it's Oklahoma City, the Energy, up 1-0.
Just the kind of starter that Steve Cook, the new Oklahoma City Energy manager, would have wanted. A couple of counterattacks started via their pressure.
Yep, and Paris G is on the left side as the left back, but he's pushing up an attack, but he can't get back that quickly when you turn the ball over so quickly. And it was a poor pass in the midfield that basically, as I said, just assisted Atuahene.
Highland sending it long for Dixon in a battle there with Francisco Ugarte, the German-Chilean, as part of their center back partnership. Coming back last season from Tulsa, one of 4 players in the team today that was with the team last year. Plenty of newcomers, though, for Tulsa Roughnecks, just the 4 starters that were in the team last year. And it will be Highland who's going to give himself a bit of space onto the athletics track for a long throw. 27-year-old Bay Village, Ohio native with Oklahoma City since 2016. He will swing it in. It's actually an awkward header, will fall for John Dixon. It went the wrong way off Ugarte, swung in by Highland. Again, Ugarte in there. It'll fall for Barril, whose right-footed shot takes a deflection, and it's settled by Paris G. Tulsa Roughnecks have not been able to string much possession together.
Yeah, it's been a situation where Oklahoma City, they are obviously at home. They have the full energy, but they've been calm with the ball on their feet for the most part, maintaining possession.
As the sun sets on Taft Stadium, our match day referee Luis Guardia giving the first foul in this one.
I know I've said it already, but you can't stress enough. It's a different mentality from Jimmy Nielsen and Steve Cook. Jimmy Nielsen's mentality and way of playing football, playing soccer worked. They made the playoffs 3 consecutive seasons, but new coach, new philosophy. They want to have more of the possession, play the ball in their attacking half, and it's worked so far. They have the lead.
It'll be a free kick to be swung in from Tulsa Roughnecks. Odyssey with his left boot. Flicked on header, but easy work for Matt Van Ocol. Gives us time to talk about the Oklahoma City goalkeeper. Van Ocol comes from RSL, Real Salt Lake in Major League Soccer. Kind of earned the promotion. You see players in the lower leagues in the United States, when they play particularly well, they catch the eye of MLS clubs and get a look. Matt Van Ocol had his chance last year with RSL after a splendid season with FC Edmonton, but didn't quite work out for him. Played behind a, at that time, leaky RSL backline, saw his statistics suffer as a result. Allowed 21 goals in his 5 starts for RSL. So now back to the lower leagues, this time in USL with Oklahoma City.
Yeah, will certainly help his goals against average if he has a team that holds the ball more often. It's very simple. Your team holds the ball more often, you get less shots on you and less goals. So this is a good strategy for him.
Islander getting into the channel for John Brown, has had plenty of the ball so far. On the edge of the area, will cut towards the byline. The left footed low crosses towards it to a Henning. Tried the flick, tried to keep it in play as well. It's still spinning. It was dangerous for Fabian Cerda, spinning on that turf, but is able to claim.
So in what, 10 minutes so far, we've seen John Brown float out to the right. Now on the left, to Henning with a goal, also making life difficult for Cerda, and then Dixon with a chance in the middle.
Sprinting forward is the Canadian Paris G, but his cross towards Spides far too close to Van Ocol. Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50.
Man, Van Ocol is going to find it a little bit easier in terms of the shutouts and the clean sheets and the goals against average, if Oklahoma City can obviously get leads early and then maintain possession as well. Always, goalkeeper's best friend is when his team can hold possession, and that seems to be the case. That's the new philosophy for OK Energy.
Skipper Claudio Munoz trying to find the ball between the lines. Here's Christian Ibiaga with North Carolina FC last year, formerly NASL, today playing their first game in USL. It's actually a pair of NASL teams taking each other on. North Carolina FC losing 3-1 at home to Tampa Bay Rowdies. We'll keep you up to date on some of the action going on around USL as we experience opening weekend. There's Michael Gamble on that right-hand side, despite wearing that jersey number 9. Was a super draft pick of New England Revolution last year, was on loan in Rochester. Now full-time with Tulsa. The Energy FC Gold Card is a benefit for seasoned seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Terry Parker Solutions, Mama Rita's, and Buffalo Wild Wings on Northwest Expressway. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold. And they spell it in a very cheeky fashion. It's goal''D.
Ah, I like that. Yes.
A nice little tie-in there.
Yeah, you gotta make it soccer friendly.
Of course, goes without saying.
Yes.
Here's Michael Binns, the 19-year-old Jamaican. Ball again for his far more experienced Serbian partner in central midfield. See some pressure there from John Brown. He's really doing the dirty work of a center forward.
Yeah, and it's good for John Brown if he can put pressure on those center backs, make them play the ball with their feet, put some pressure on them. You maybe get another quick turnover and then another shot, an opportunity on goal.
Mention is playing in Bangladesh, a well-traveled player, also played in Thailand, also has these kind of incredible experiences in the footballing world. I was reading as a Wales youth international, play with Gareth Bale, Aaron Ramsey, and Joe Allen, this kind of golden generation of Welsh talent. But just kind of shows you the players come from all over.
It is the international game, the beautiful game. He has to write a book. with all his travels.
He's only 27, by the way. Still has all the world left to see.
Oh, man, if he Bangladesh, Thailand, if he plays in United Arab Emirates or something like that, yeah, he's definitely got to write a book about his travels.
Yeah, throw into Tulsa through Adrian Jusino. Spent his entire club career in Bolivia, despite being from Massachusetts. See a little bit of a conversation there between the officials and the Tulsa players. It'll actually be a throw-in for Oklahoma City.
The best club name for a team is in Bolivia, the strongest. That is the name of one of the top clubs in Bolivia, the strongest. So you gotta love that.
I will say Adrian Jusino has some competition for you. Adrian Jusino played for a club in the Bolivian second division called Club Always Ready.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
The strongest is pretty good.
Yeah.
Club Always Ready is pretty decent.
Yeah, I think that's if there's
competition.
one, yeah, that's 1A and 1A, yeah.
As Kyle Highland will swing in the long throw. Seen his proficiency with that early stages. Some coming together over there on that near side as Highland picks up the ball to slow down any Tulsa counterattack. It was Barril that went down, but he was judged to have committed the foul.
Barril is a player that is very talented, highly skilled, but last year a couple of red cards. He can lose his cool, especially if the game gets very tense or Oklahoma City is in a negative position, we'll put it that way. So Barril has to keep his head on and play with poise and composure.
Again, another whistle comes. Tulsa also have a MLS relationship of their own. No players in the starting lineup this evening. They with Chicago Fire played the MLS club in preseason. Chicago did not start the opening weekend of the MLS season, so to kind of keep sharp, played against Tulsa Roughnecks. Game that finished 1-0 to Chicago. These mutual beneficial relationship, you see them all over. Steve Cook actually was part of the Colorado Rapids setup with the Oklahoma City manager when Oscar Pareja was there. Of course, so Pareja now the manager of FC Dallas, so there is more than just a business connection between the two clubs.
Also,
as the cross will be swung in as the whistle goes. There might have been a bit of a coming together in the area with John Pires and a few white shirts. See the referee gesturing there that there was a push in there.
you mentioned the relationship between the different clubs and figures within the club. Not only is it a business thing, but also a conceptual thing, ideas on how to play the game, how to better train the players and make them more skillful. And then that obviously helps national teams, obviously with this USL, so United States national team, but it's a very cohesive and smooth relationship that benefits everyone on many different levels.
Good step there from Paris G, and a very nice touch to settle it as well. Scored in the playoff game against San Antonio last year for Tulsa as the cross is swung in by Jusino, but Ben Ocol was always tracking it. And he'll launch. Start the counterattack with his arm. Here's it to Ahene, the goal scorer. Bungled over from behind, and it is indeed a foul. See there, Arce just saying it was shoulder to shoulder, but the referee disagrees.
He used his shoulder to plow into the back of Ahene, so that's an easy call there.
Juan Pablo Guzman, the leader in pass completion percentage last year, as you see Highland struggling to sort out his feet. It'll be a throw in for Tulsa.
Kyle Highland is a veteran in that left back position. Oftentimes he pushes forward, moves up even to the left wing position. Versatile down that left side.
Nice ball there from Arce. Turns Pires on his way. Oklahoma City center backs struck up a pretty decent relationship, despite the fact that Jordan Cano on the left-hand side of that partnership only just joined a couple of days ago from FC Dallas.
It appears that Christian Ibiaga has the duty of man-marking John Pires. And every time they played those long balls to try to connect with Pires, Ibiaga is the one right there. So Tulsa might have to think about a different manner of getting the ball up the pitch and getting into their attack.
Ibiaga, one of the 4 Oklahomans on the team.
Always good. Always need that local connection. Give the fans someone to connect with, and I went to high school with that guy, or yeah, my sister went to high school with him, or something like that. So that's a good thing.
Moved to Oklahoma from Nigeria. Brother Sebastian in MLS with New York City FC, who won today by 2-0 over Orlando City. Be a throw in for Tulsa on halfway. Bit of a tug of the shirt there from Oklahoma City, but play on, says the referee. Here's a Tuahene trying to use a bit of that pace, but again losing out. See there perhaps the difference between professional and college soccer for a player like a Tuahene last year with the University of Michigan. It's the 4th overall pick in MLS Super Draft to FC Dallas.
He showed his skills, why he was drafted so high with that goal. To get it past that and get it past Cerda on the near post.
24 goals and 11 assists in 49 matches, so about a half a goal a game for the Tuahene with the Wolverines.
They have a pretty lethal winger duo between Tuahene on the right and Alex Dixon on the left. Last year Dixon played a lot on the right side, but with the Tuahene, you put him on the right, put the youngster on the right, put Dixon with his experience on the left. You have good balance there.
Good challenge in there from Callum Ross. Sends Oklahoma City on their way. Barilla with plenty of space. Options either side. Takes it with Alex Dixon. Sent a bit off trajectory. Now he can run at the defender, Jusino, into the area. Try to go towards the byline, but struggled to sort his feet out. And it will come out for a corner.
I think Barilla got a little too impatient, made that pass out wide to the left a little too soon. He still had the defenders backing up, backpedaling, so he could have taken a little more space, given Dixon a little more time to get into full speed and then properly position himself, but still a positive movement going forward for Oklahoma City Energy.
Well, starts with the challenge from Callum Ross.
Yes. That's why you need those ball-winning midfielders.
It is interesting to see Oklahoma City use their main center forward as their corner taker.
Especially, yeah, he's a big body too, so you
yeah.
figure he would be kind of the intended target. Yeah.
Brown will swing it in on the edge of the area. Still Barril off the chest of a Tulsa defender. Comes out for Guzman. The shot was always rising.
And Juan Pablo Guzman found himself with a little bit of time and space. Barril head up, does a good job. Just couldn't keep the shot down there, but we're seeing positive attacking football from Energy FC here. I figure if they can continue to do that, a second goal is coming for them.
Flicked on header there by Ross. Tuahene tried the same. But he is sticking a foot out, but still available for Paris G. And he continues his run. Nice overlap, gets around. Ibiaga goes down under the weight of the challenge, and it will be a free kick. It was actually Richard Dixon, the Jamaican, who knocked over Paris G, and it will be a free kick in a fairly dangerous area here for Tulsa Roughnecks.
And Dixon didn't want to lose the foot race. Gets a hand on him, and there's the colliding of the feet. Well done by Paris G to sneak in behind Dixon. Now an important set-piece opportunity. It appears right now this might be the best chance for an equalizer for Tulsa off set pieces, because it's been hard for them to build the attack through possession.
Free kick to be swung in by Fernando Arce, the 22-year-old Argentinian. Towards the edge of the area, free header, and it just goes wide. Claudio Munoz with a golden opportunity at the edge of the 6-yard area, but unable to equalize for Tulsa.
If there was a mistaken man marking or zonal marking, whatever the case, there was no marking there, and Munoz knows he should have put that one away. He had Van Ocol completely frozen, and that is a massive opportunity lost for Tulsa to get an equalizer early in this match.
As free as a header gets,
yes,
right in front of Van Ocol.
Absolutely.
You know, Steve Cook will work on that on the training ground this week, as Badil putting the defender under pressure, but Ugarte doing very well to recover. Given away. Ross.
Arce had his back completely turned. Ugarte was trying to filter that ball through the midfield. Arce is with his back turned going out wide to the left. He's got to keep his head on a swivel and be that player in the midfield. Make that connection. That's a mistake by Arce.
Well done to maintain possession, but Ross with Not enough on that one. Well, Tulsa can look to break. Baril putting Gamble under pressure. Here's Fernando Arce. A decent ball in the direction of John Pires. Appeals for handball, and they are given. Cal Highland just catching that with his left. It'll be a free kick in a fairly dangerous area here for Tulsa.
This is a good through ball that caught the two midfielders a little bit out of position. It's incidental, but it is clear handball. We're starting to see that Tulsa, they're making passes that are getting past the midfield. And Pires is starting to get a little more active. But Pires can't wait for service. He has to come outside the penalty area, meet the ball, and then either obviously go test the goalkeeper going forward or get fouls and win set pieces.
Big test here for Van Ocol. Arce's over the free kick. He'll try a shot. It goes into the wall. Came off of Guzman. Still no for Arce to try and play in the cross. Decent arc on it. Van Ocol comes out and punches. And it comes out as far as Paris G. And his shot whisks wide of Van Ocol's goal.
Van Ocol doing the right thing, punching it out. It's tricky sometimes with the curve of the ball, but he read it well. Didn't take any chances. A lot of times people will say, why didn't he catch the ball so that they could get possession? But when you have attacking players lurking in the area, you don't want to take no chances. So punches it out. Luckily for him, the follow-up shot went wide.
If you got what it takes to beat the experts on USLsoccer.com, show off your knowledge of the league by picking the right results of the USL's matchups each week of the season. It's at USLsoccer.com. Van Ocol sends it long. Brown getting something on it, and again appeals for hands, and again given. This time against Jusino. Ibiag.
Now that the match has settled a little bit, we're seeing Tulsa want to be a little more aggressive. Look at, they're starting to press that back line a little bit.
Highland now under pressure. And likes to go long. G with a nice header. Came off of Guzman. Taken there by Binns in midfield. Here's the young Jamaican. Ross coming across, going down his Binns. Play on, says the referee. Dixon trying to weave his way out of traffic, unable to do so. Binns back up and recovers. And he's tugged down by his fellow countryman, Richard Dixon.
Good hard work there by Binns. Lost the ball, got back up and tracked back defensively. Didn't yell at the referee or complain, just said, okay, let me get back up, get back on defense, and won the possession back for Tulsa.
Merkovic, the Serbian, as it seemed like Jusino was not paying attention. The ball just came off his feet. He tries to recover the ball and actually does so with a good challenge in on Alex Dixon.
Don't know if Jusino was, I think Jusino was talking to the fourth official, had his head completely turned away from the play, talking to the fourth official, and messed up the pass.
He's able to at least recover though, as Pires will take it off the chest, straight to Guzman. As the heavy challenge comes in from Dixon, it'll be a free kick.
And that's, boys and girls watching out there, that's why you don't get into it with the referee. Just keep playing. We see too often professional footballers, soccer players, they want to get into the referee and talk to the referee. Play the game. His team had possession, needs to be focused on going forward, not yelling at the fourth official.
Here's Arce. We'll swing it in towards the penalty spot. It's a decent header, but just over Van Ocol's goal. You see him caught between two minds there. He was kind of in no man's land if that was on the target. You see Van Ocol there, perhaps having a go at the referee.
Oklahoma City, they're having their issues with the man marking. I thought at first might be zonal marking, but it's man marking, and they have not done a good job of man marking in this match. We saw the open header that Munoz probably should have put away. And that's the second time, or at least the third time, I believe, that we've seen a Tulsa player win a header in the air off a set piece and send it toward goal. So they're going to have to tighten up on that, or else Tulsa might score. OKC might have to tighten up on that.
Brown doing very well in the air so far as Dixon tries to work in the channel. One off in by Merkovic. Sugarte. Joaquin Rivas. Michael Binns. Captain Claudio Munoz playing over the top, home by Highland, but only as far as Merkovich. Here's Jusino coming forward. Try to get the cross off, but couldn't sort his feet out. Highland just going to watch it as it rolls out of play.
And Tulsa, their best options going forward in this match so far have been on the flanks, whether the right side or the left side. Seems like they're not trying to, if they're going to play the ball through the middle, they're bypassing the midfield, trying to get to the attacking line. It hasn't quite worked. They've looked stronger, or at least more dangerous, going down the flanks in this match so far.
Good crowd on hand here at Taft Stadium for opening weekend. This is a recently renovated stadium, longtime home to high school football in the area, and now Oklahoma City Energy taking control. Morelos is a proud partner of Energy FC. Get your grocery shopping done and buy your tickets to the next Energy FC home match at Supermercado Morelos stores on Southwest 59th in Santa Fe and Northwest 5th and Meridian. Highland. Or Cano. FC Dallas man playing a decent ball. It's actually Highland who will get onto it. Into the penalty area. Can he pick up the right ball? It's for Alex Dixon. It's off the post. He was offside anyway. Flag was up.
Oh, this is well done by OKC. I know the offside.
It must have been Brown who was off, because the ball comes from the byline. There's no chance Dixon's offside. Yeah, it must have been Brown there, well in behind the goalkeeper who was off.
But it all started with Jordan Cano, the center back, getting into his attacking half, and then no pressure on him whatsoever, and he's able to pick out that pass great to Highland there. And unfortunately for OKC, Brown was in an offside position.
Actually, given where the free kick was given, it must have been Highland, because John Brown was right next to the goalpost,
right.
So it was probably Highland.
Highland was offside.
It probably should have been Dixon who ran onto that. Either way, though, half hour gone by. Oklahoma City Energy lead by a goal to nil. Decent chance there for Energy FC.
And for Tulsa, you have to be concerned if Jordan Cano, the center back, can eat up all that space going forward and then pick out that pass, then someone was not marking him. They weren't putting pressure on him. It's one thing to have the midfielder do that, but the center back do that, that's the issue right there. So Tulsa have to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Rivas. Binns trying to take control in the area, but it was Guzman there to intercept. Here's Jose Barril. Came through the Real Madrid Academy in Spain. 25 years of age. Plenty of pedigree for either side. It's a good ball. It's to Ahene on his way. Tugged at, still on. Barril into the area. The cross is sent in. Highland is arriving on the back post. It's peeled back. It's available for John Brown, who couldn't get a clean left-footed shot on it, or else it's 2-0.
It's a great ball through the midfield to send through to Ahene. And the referee does the right thing, lets the play go on, let the rhythm of the game go. Just unfortunate there. Brown missed it, and he knows he should have done better there. And smart by Highland to score it back into the middle instead of trying to roof the shot near post.
We've seen a few of these chances so far where if the finishing was just that little bit better. Alex Dixon who arrived, and even the shot that hit the post by Ahene, even though it was offside, it was still a really good chance. As Brown will swing it in. Good header there at the near post. We've seen mostly near post deliveries from John Brown so far. Here's Alex Dixon working around the defender. On that right-hand side is low cross. Not quite what he was hoping for. Good challenge, though, from Guzman. It'll fall for Cano. He, too, unable to find clean contact.
Yeah, it was Guzman winning that ball. You have to like the pressure that they're putting on that back line. Energy FC. And Chris, you mentioned it. It could easily be 2 or 3 for Oklahoma City right now with the shots off the post and the movement. It's just the finishing has been a little bit off.
Should say it could also be 1 if not for Claudio Munoz's free header as well. So some decent chances for either side. In midfield, a long distance effort from Arce as Van Ocol slightly dangerous to let it bounce, particularly off a artificial surface, but well behind it.
Both back lines have have given up space and has allowed either team to get some good chances.
Tuhene trying to send Alex Dixon on his way. A foot race there between Alex Dixon and Munoz, excuse me. And Munoz wins. Pires appeals for offside, and they are given. John Pires, the Uruguayan, came through the Chelsea youth system. Came from Defensor Sporting in Uruguay, his home country. As the free kick is taken quickly, and they're actually going to say that 10 ball.
Defensor Sporting, one of the big clubs in Uruguay. It's not Nacional Peñarol level, but still, they always give those two teams problems in the local tournament. Uruguay, a good place to learn football as well, learn how to play the game.
Players like Diego Rossi this year in MLS hit the ground running.
Yes, he's been very good, very impressive.
Ibiaga there dealing with the long ball. Tuhene. Tried to take defenders on, smacked it off of Paris G, but one back in midfield there by Tulsa. There's Michael Binns. Despite just being 19 years of age, already has 18 caps for Jamaica, including 5 appearances at Gold Cup 2017 a year ago. Nice dummy there from Rivas. Here's Arce. Spread out wide. Here's Michael Gamble. There's a run of G available. Cuts onto his left. Gamble with a nice turn. Van Ocol down to his right to save.
And well done. Smooth footwork there by Michael Gamble. I think for Tulsa, that's what they need. Someone just to break those lines with an individual effort, get into the area, and then either get a shot on goal or square it to someone in the middle.
Presentation of this one's brought to you by Mercy. A Mercy physician can keep you at the top of your game. Find your doctor at mercy.com/topgame. At Mercy, your life is our work. Kyle Highland. Juan Pablo Guzman. Christian Ibiaga. Long ball up towards Brown. He's done pretty decently with those. Might fall for Barril, and he will keep it in play. Here's the Spaniard. Pulled it back for Callum Ross towards Alex Dixon. He tried the return pass. Nicely done by Ross to get a touch. He's had a very good game in central midfield.
And right now, Oklahoma City just outworking Tulsa right now. We saw Ross work hard to get the ball back and regain possession for Energy FC.
It's all the way back to the goalkeeper, Van Ocol. This time, Tulsa winning that second ball. Here's John Pires for Arce. Has the option wide either side. Will come to Rivas. He switch flanks with Gamble. Here's Joaquin Rivas cutting on to his left. The shot comes off of Kyle Highland. Now Dixon will look to settle.
Gamble had made a run into the area.
Forearm shove into the back of John Brown. It will be a free kick.
John Brown working hard as well. The center forward tracking back, trying to hold on possession.
Let's take a look here. Seen so many of those situations too, with Brown and a central defender tracking an aerial attempt. Brown has done pretty well.
It's a big body, so he gets in between the ball and the defender, trying to win the possession.
Binns trying to play it for the run of Rivas. Not nearly enough arc on that ball. Plenty of games going on around the grounds in USL this evening. Charleston Battery losing by a goal to nil at home to FC Cincinnati. Blake Smith with the goal for Cincinnati. Charlotte Independence lead by 2-1 over Ottawa Fury. A brace from Cordell Cato in that one. It's 2-2 between Reno 1868 and Swope Park Rangers. One in the 75th minute. Also, the opening half hour in Colorado Springs, where Colorado Springs Switchbacks lead by a goal to nil over LA Galaxy 2.
What was the Reno score that you mentioned?
That is 2-2 between Reno 1868 and Swope Park Rangers.
Reno up to their old tricks last year. If I remember correctly, they set the league record for most goals in a season by one team. So 2 goals in the opener. They're back at it again.
This would be a free kick for Tulsa. Any loft on that one. Callum Ross getting something on it, but still on here for Tulsa. Decent aerial attempt. Van Ocol out to punch. It's not the cleanest of contacts, but enough for Oklahoma City to clear. Dixon trying to work around a defender, and the advantage was played, and now it's pulled back. It'll be our first booking for either of these teams, and it will be Francisco Ugarte, the center back, who just wanted to slow down that counter-attacking attempt by Oklahoma City, who picks up the game's first yellow.
You have to like referee Luis Guardia. Has an easy call there. Yeah, definitely clips Barril there. I like the fact that Luis Guardia actually explained why he gave the yellow card.
I also like the fact they played advantage.
Yes, yes.
Just as easily slowed down the play, but if Alex Dixon was able to work it around that defender, he would have been clean in on goal. Toscano. Long ball. And he'll settle for Barril. On his right. Takes a deflection on the way through. Still there for Brown. He goes down in the penalty area. Waved off by the official. Will not be a penalty. It's also Ugarte there, the man who just took a booking. So that might have just been a second yellow had the referee judged this to be a penalty.
Let's see. No, there's no penalty there.
There's nothing in that.
Nothing. Both of them going for the ball. There was a clash of the feet there, tangling of the feet, but no penalty there. Good decision by the referee.
Cano under pressure, forced to just get it away as far as possible. Here's Tulsa. Ball just running a bit on this surface. And it will be a throw-in. Select is the official soccer ball of USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50.
And Chris, you mentioned the surface. We've seen OKC get to loose balls, if you want to borrow that expression from basketball. The ball in the space much better than Tulsa has in this match.
It's an awkward back pass, but handling it well there was Ugarte. Still available. You see the crunching challenges going into each other. Ross was actually trying to play it into the channel. It came off of Alex Dixon, and as a result, it's handball.
Sometimes you see those counter-attacking opportunities, or in this case, Oklahoma City saw the counter-attacking opportunity, and they rushed into it instead of kind of making sure the pass was there, the space was there, and going forward, they see those spaces open up and they want to run into those spaces and take advantage of it. Sometimes you have to just play the ball calmly, let the ball do the work instead of running the man into the space and setting it up that way. Play the ball in the space, not the man in the space. That's the key.
Ball sent over the top for the overlapping run of G, whose cross into the side netting. Will be a goal kick.
And Tulsa have struggled in terms of putting together, stringing together a number of passes consistently in their attacking half. It's been hard for them to string together 4 or 5 passes in their attacking half, playing that positive football that I'm sure David Woodrow would like to play.
Here you see Steve Cook, the manager for Oklahoma City Energy. I mentioned some of his background. He was talking really about an interesting philosophy. It's the first ever manager change for Oklahoma City. Jimmy Nielsen is the manager for the first 4 years of this club. They make the change. As the technical director of the Development Academy at Colorado Rapids, Steve Cook. Assistant coach of the first team 2 years later, and then last season in Colorado was actually the interim manager for a dozen games after Pablo Mastroeni was fired. And it's those dozen games. I guess he got the bug for management, because then Oklahoma City came calling and he took the job. He said he was prepared to be an assistant under the new Rapids manager, Anthony Hudson. As the ball comes to the back post, Atua Henny trying to pick off the defender, Paris G, who was switched off there for a moment, and Atua Henny nearly making him pay.
Yeah, you can't be a defender and be lazy or lackadaisical or doubtful in the area. Touch it on and just blast it out of there, get that turn going. You have to get a feel for where the attacking player is. And Paris G, very lucky, didn't give up a goal.
So another opportunity on now, again for Oklahoma City, trying to play into the channel for Brown, as it's Atua Henny instead, who tries the left-footed shot, but straight at Fabian Cerda.
It was a subtle move that Atua Henny made to get his body into position to make that shot.
The Energy FC Gold Card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Fandango, FitSpa, and Supermercado Morelos. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold. It's like a soccer AARP card.
AARP. Whoa.
Get you some benefits.
Are we available? Can we get those benefits?
Perhaps in the Oklahoma area.
Okay.
As Highland will play it to the feet of Atua Hene. We see him getting involved, working his way around the pitch. Jusino will take the throw in, and actually he'll retake it because the referee had not signaled that they were ready. Jusino. Arce. Nice ball to the channel for Pires. Tries to leave it for Bins. Cleared there by Energy FC.
They had something going there in the middle there when the last touch to set up Bins, but Bins was not expecting it. Bins has to be a little more aggressive. He's got to make a hard run into that space to try to control it and take the shot. And I think just his youth and inexperience playing there.
Baril going down there. Not sure there was a great deal of contact, as it will be a free kick though in a dangerous area. As we near first half stoppage time, we've been told that there will be 2 minutes.
Yeah, Baril getting more and more touches in this last 10-15 minutes of the first half. Someone, as we mentioned, he can hold the possession, play with his back toward goal to try to set up and turn and help his teammates get opportunities onto frame. He does well to win the foul in a set piece here for Energy FC.
It'll be Brown over this one as well, along with the left boot of Kyle Highland. It'll be Brown to take it. It's Atua Hene in the area. Excuse me, Ibiaga who got to it, but his header not quite the one he would have wanted.
Yeah, Ibiaga is just slightly out of position. His body position is off, and so he can't elevate and direct the header where he wants to. It's almost like the ball caught him by surprise and he was out of position. And so he was able to get his head onto it, but it wasn't a threat to Cerda.
Brown did take it fairly quickly.
Yeah. So probably the timing of it surprised Ibiaga because he was inside his marker. He was there. Just couldn't get a clean header onto it. His body positioning a little bit off.
Given away there by Arce in midfield. Baril now with a bit of space. See that class, technical skill, and on the pass for Atua Hene. As the overlap of Dixon flying down that right flank. Instead, the Ghanaian electing to play back.
Good job by Tulsa just to keep 2 or 3 bodies in front of Baril and Atua Hene.
Fellow Ghanaian taking by FC Dallas, Ima Tumasi is on the bench. Ghanaian duo for Oklahoma City Energy, courtesy of their MLS affiliate. Here's Baril as the challenge came in there from Dixon, and it was foul on the judgment of our matchday referee. Now, perhaps for dissent, Jose Baril is going to go into the book.
Yeah, for kicking the ball out of play after the foul. He wasn't happy that he was whistled for the foul, and then he kicks the ball out. After the whistle goes, he gets frustrated, and he kicks the ball out of bounds. The foul wasn't even on him.
It was Atua Hene.
Atua Hene that committed the foul, but he got upset, kicked the ball out, and that's what we were talking about with his composure and his calm. They need him in the game. He doesn't need to be picking up senseless yellow cards.
You see there now a booking for Oklahoma City as each team now has won. As we reach the end of the first half, Oklahoma City Energy opened the scoring, and it's a first goal in a first professional game for Francis Atua Hene, the Ghanaian, the 4th overall pick in MLS Superdraft to FC Dallas, opens the scoring.
Yep, an important goal for Francis Atua Hene, and Oklahoma City playing positive attacking football. We'll see if that continues in the second half.
And it's Oklahoma City Energy with the 1-0 lead in the Black Gold Derby here from Taft Stadium. Coming up next, we'll run through first half highlights and bring you the latest news from around USL. Stick with us. It's Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on, with payment options and everything else? Nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
When that hurricane hit, the entire community came together as a whole. It was such an overwhelming response to help others. No one thought that they were going to do this before it happened, and everyone just did it. I think that's the way that human nature should be looked at.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you.
Find your Mercy primary care doctor at mercy.net/energy.
You're watching Oklahoma City Energy and Tulsa Roughnecks for your score at the half. It is Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0. The goal coming courtesy of Francis Atuahene in his first professional game on loan from FC Dallas. It's time now for a feature courtesy of Oklahoma Energy FC. Energy FC features a new technical staff and 12 new players on the roster. One of them is goalkeeper Matt Van Ocol. Energy FC's Brent Skarkey been one-on-one with Matt, see how he's transitioning to life in OKC.
My style, American.
Well, what do you know? Another big personality in goal for the Energy. Meet Matt Van Ocol, the Chesapeake, Virginia native, a commanding presence between the posts.
I like to keep the ball out of the back of the net as much as I can. I think I have a big presence when I'm on the field. I like to talk. I like playing with my feet as much as I can. And yeah, I'm there to help the guys out and make sure we get results this year.
Van Ocol played his college soccer at Rutgers, then played in the NASL with Minnesota and Edmonton before spending last season in Salt Lake, bouncing between the MLS and USL sides. He's experienced, talented, he's a pro. The Energy players and coaches like his personality and his leadership.
Great to have a top-class professional who's experienced in the game and can lead by example in the way that he commits himself to the work. And I think that's the biggest thing that we've noticed with Matt. Not only is he a leader on the field, but he's a leader off the field in the way that he conducts himself, recovers from the work that he does, prepares himself and goes again. And that's a great example for not only the younger players in the group, but for everybody to take the lead from. And I can say nothing but than great things about Matt to this point so far.
He's a brilliant character in the dressing room to start with, and then obviously we've only seen glimpses so far in small-sided games and bits in the game, but he's pulled off some really good saves, and he's very good with his feet as well. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him on the field this year.
So what got Van Ocol to OKC?
I knew they've got fantastic little setup here and stuff, and yeah, I mean, little things here and there that I've watched, especially with the Monarchs last year, with seeing them play them and the results that they were getting.
So this spring, as the Greens hit the pitch, look for the big keeper with the big personality to come up big in goal. For Energy FC TV, I'm Brent Skarkey.
Hi, we're being joined today by Jake Edwards, president of the USL. Just getting ready to kick off an exciting 2018 season. Jake, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great, my pleasure.
Jake, it's been another exciting off-season for the USL, and buzz is really picking up as we're getting ready to kick off here. Talk to us about what you're looking forward to the most in 2018 and where the USL is positioning itself in the American soccer landscape.
Yeah, we've worked hard this off-season and the last few years now to create a really great league, but an aspirational league. We look at the leagues around the world and we say we would like to be in the company of some of those top leagues. We're now the second division in the US. We've worked hard to achieve that, and we aspire to be one of the top second divisions in the world. And there's some phenomenal leagues out there to aspire to that we can learn from. But things are going great. It's been a busy off season. We've got some new teams coming on board, some great new owners coming in the league, phenomenal new players coming in the league. And it's going to be by far and away the toughest and most competitive season, but certainly it's the biggest season we've had yet. More games, more teams. we reach more communities, more fans than ever before. So this is another big year for us.
Well, the league this year certainly continues to grow, and we're welcoming 6 new teams to the USL in 2018. What are you looking forward to the most during this kickoff weekend of these teams coming in and the quality of soccer we're going to see across the league?
Yeah, 6 very exciting teams, 2 teams that are already established clubs in Indy 11 and North Carolina. Great pedigree, great fan bases, exciting soccer-specific stadiums, and Atlanta United, the lone team out of MLS coming in this season. Atlanta United breaking all kinds of records as an organization in MLS, doing great things for the sport. Fully anticipate the same for Atlanta United too. And then, of course, our new markets, Nashville and Las Vegas, Fresno. Really exciting new additions to our league, and have done tremendously well in preseason games so far, well attended. So very much looking to see how those teams and those new fan bases mix in with all the other teams we have in our league.
Chris Whittingham, George DiMattella's presenting Oklahoma City Energy against Tulsa Roughnecks in the Black Gold Derby. First of 3 minutes between these two teams. That currently is 1-0 in favor of Oklahoma City Energy. Francis Duahenny with the goal. Let's get to the news and notes from around the league at the moment. As you have a look here, George, Louisville, reigning champions, trying to continue their title defense last year after winning in last year's USL Cup final. 6 new teams in the league as well.
The 6 new teams, that is impressive for USL. You want to expand the league and also touch different parts of the country. And they're hitting the South, which a lot of people are saying the South has been underrepresented in professional soccer here in the States. Atlanta, Nashville, North Carolina, that's very important. And always good to go out to California and Fresno as well.
Louisville beat Nashville SC by 2-0 to start their 2018 campaign. Tomorrow, we'll have Bethlehem Steel taking on Richmond Kickers. You have a look at the schedule. Still to come later tonight, a battle of 2 expansion teams as Fresno FC plays host to Las Vegas Lights.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that match and how it plays out. How will they play? How many goals will be scored? And can they get to the playoffs in their first season? Those are a lot of questions between those 2 teams.
Yeah, you've seen some expansion teams coming into the league and do well. We mentioned Louisville winning by 2-0 earlier against Nashville. As now we take a look at the expansion teams you mentioned, Fresno and Las Vegas Lights coming into the league along with North Carolina FC, Indy 11, among others. You see, expansion teams have done pretty decently in USL the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely, and all you need to do is get into the top 8, and you're there. And Reno, great example. Last year they made it to the playoffs, and they were the highest scoring team in the history of the league, with Dan Kelly putting up those record numbers. So you get a good goal scorer and a decent defense, you can get into the top 8.
Let's take a look at the big-time matchups coming up next weekend, second weekend of USL. Louisville and North Carolina, there'll be a fun one for the team new into USL this season. Richmond Kickers playing host to Indy 11. The nightcap, that was a good one. The team we're seeing here tonight, Oklahoma City Energy, away to Phoenix Rising.
Yeah, also want to see how Real Monarchs play against Tulsa, because Real Monarchs was a team last year that, if I remember correctly, finished top of the Western Conference. So how will they respond? How will they come back? And then Phoenix and Energy FC, that'll be an interesting matchup, Didier Drogba's crew.
And that is your look at the schedule for next weekend. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the first half highlights in our USL game this weekend. It's Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0. Have a look at the goal and the rest of the first half highlights coming up next.
Find your Mercy primary care doctor at mercy.net/energy.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
I'd always wanted to get braces, always considered it, thought about it. You know, how long is this gonna take? Am I too old to do this? What am I gonna look like with braces on? With payment options and everything else, nothing's hindering me now, I just need to go ahead and do it. The staff, for one, is awesome. The doctor's great. I know I had friends growing up saying, oh, it hurts. I didn't have that experience. I can't wait to see my teeth without being masked by wires, right? Hindsight, I would have done it again 100 times over.
Your score at the half, Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0. Let's run through the first half highlights of this one. And George DiMattelis, the chance we get started with Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa were able to put together something early on there, the shot going wide, but then it was a mistake in the midfield, which basically passed the ball to Francis Atuahene, and it turned out to be an assist and a great goal. It looked like it was Michael Benz who basically tried to get it out wide and basically pass it to Atuahene, and a great finish near post to beat Cerda.
A pile-driven shot on that near post. You see a few chances would come to Oklahoma City Energy. Atuahene, again, they're unable to get clean contact. The ball would roll around. And here's Barril. He would leave it for the driven shot of Juan Pablo Guzman, rising over the fans in behind that goal. There'd be a chance for Tulsa. A clipped cross into the area. Van Ocol to punch, as here would be Highland pulling it back low for Dixon, and you see the chance they're hitting the post.
And that was offsides, but it started with a great pass over the top by Jordan Cano to get wide to Kyle Highland. So it's been a situation for Tulsa. They haven't played well in the midfield, and they've allowed OKC to push up and get numbers forward.
So get a look at our halftime match stats. Shots favoring Oklahoma City Energy, a slight favor in possession there, but Oklahoma City Energy have had a lot more meaningful possession.
And that's the main situation. That's the main point there that you mentioned, Chris. Meaningful possession. It's one thing to have 49%, but what do you do with that possession? Yeah, they have 3 shots on target. They really haven't threatened Matt Van Ocol in goal so far.
They created the one big chance. There was a free header from Claudio Munoz that just went wide. Other than that, Tulsa have not created a ton in this first half. Oklahoma City Energy taking it to the half with a score of 1-0. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for each of these teams. Tulsa Roughnecks for their home opener next week against Real Monarchs.
Yeah, 3 straight games at home. That means a chance to get 9 points and put themselves in a good position to start the USL season. You want to pick up maximum points at home, and they'll have 3 straight chances to do so.
Meanwhile, for Oklahoma City, as you get a look at their upcoming schedule, you saw just a second ago, at Phoenix Rising next week. And then the midweek matches start. You'll see with the addition of 2 games into the USL season, they'll have a few more midweek games. They're home with Orange County SC next time out at home.
Yeah, this is where Steve Cook is going to implement his rotations We'll see if he gets his squads right, his formations right, and the position of his players right with those 3 matches in a week.
Yeah, you have a look there. Phoenix, Orange County, and then Fresno for Oklahoma City Energy. Actually, should mention something about Tulsa. We mentioned their home opener next week. They've actually improved their stadium, one OK Field. They share it with the Tulsa Drillers, which are a AA baseball team, and they are actually changing the pitcher's mound so that it's retractable.
Ooh,
so they're like almost lowering it beneath the ground, putting the grass over it so that they can make the pitch wider at one OK Field. You see every once in a while, you know, teams in USL playing on baseball fields. Tulsa making the most of it by trying to make it more like a proper soccer pitch.
Oh, that's great. That's great. You want to have those players feel confident and not have to worry too much about the situations there. So that's a positive thing at One Oak Field.
As John Pidez wins the ball in midfield. Underway here in the second half. Tulsa Roughnecks would like to create a few more chances here in this second half. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma City, Steve Cook, you'd have to imagine we just want a bit more of the same, save for a few mistakes on set pieces, particularly with marking, as you see Atua Hene winning the free kick in midfield, taken quickly by Juan Pablo Guzman. No apparent changes to either side. Callum Ross. Nice ball for John Brown. See ball sent over the top again by Ross. It seems like it might just stop. Baril can get a cross off. It's high, but Highland is arriving on the other side of it. Takes it off the chest, takes it down, but well run there by Jusinho in the box. Here is Adrian Jusinho.
Lots of space early on. There was a ton of space for OKC in the midfield.
Good step there by Richard Dixon. Nearly winning the ball back, but only as far as Paris G.
You see, sometimes Tulsa, they've been real loose in the midfield in terms of their marking, in terms of their pressing.
Hope you're enjoying your St. Patrick's Day with a little USL football. As Highland will take it off the chest.
They celebrate St. Patrick's Day because he drove the snakes out of Ireland. Is that right?
I have to be honest, I do not know the origins.
Okay.
I just know you wear green.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which I am.
Oh, okay.
As are plenty of the Oklahoma City faithful. That's their color.
Yeah,
It's a perfect crossover.
Yes.
See there the supporters in behind the goal. Getting a bit chilly here in the evening time.
If St. Patrick would come to the States, he would go to Oklahoma City and
yes,
support
he would.
the Energy. Yes.
If St. Patrick had a USL club, it would be Oklahoma City Energy. This ball sent long, flicked on there by Brown. Atua Hene. Get underneath it, and it is away for an Energy throw-in. See the ball just kind of getting lost there underneath the chairs, but Richard Dixon will take this throw. Atua Hene. Not sure what that was going for. The easy work for Fabian Cerda. USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7. Follow at USL on Twitter. Simple enough, 3 letters. USL. You follow it on Twitter. See news, highlights, and plenty of other quality content.
The best part is when they do the video highlights of the matches. That's the part I really enjoy. I like that.
Yeah, you get it on YouTube and get the goals as well. As Atua Hene is away here for Oklahoma City. Tries to play in John Brown, who was a little bit slow to get his run started because they want to go offside. One back by Tulsa Roughnecks. 3 minutes into the second half of the Black Gold Derby. 2 professional teams in Oklahoma City. Or in Oklahoma, I should say. With Tulsa about an hour and a half. Their ground is from the stadium. You see their contact there between John Pidez and Matt Van Ocol. Van Ocol, experienced player, so just wanted to defuse the situation. The 31-year-old goalkeeper don't want to make too much of that.
Yeah, John Pidez, it was a mistake. There was nothing intentional or dirty about it. So they squashed it very quickly. Some kind words. The referee, 1 or 2 words just to make sure, and then play on, so no harm, no foul there. We're seeing kind of a nervous start to this second half, especially from Tulsa. Good pressure here from OKC.
Yeah, John Brown winning it off of Paris G. He goes down to the area, waved off again. John Brown has had a few appeals for a penalty, not given, and now Brown and the center back are going to have a go. falling down in the area. Excuse me, it was Merkovich who was in the area. It's the play has gone the other direction despite all those arguments. Tulsa now with a dink over the top trying to find Rivas. Still on though for Odyssey on the edge of the area, tries a shot and a nice step there from Cano. Now perhaps the counter-attacking opportunity is on. A soft ball there from Alex Dixon. And Tulsa able to win it back.
Yeah, Dixon
a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on there. First of all, Dixon just has to burst through. It's a counter-attacking opportunity. It was 4-on-4 in transition. Dixon has to just go, use his pace, and run straight up the pitch. He hesitated trying to get Barril, and he lost the ball.
Nice leave there by Dixon, and a forearm into his back. Draws another yellow, so both center backs for Tulsa Roughnecks are into the book. Ugarte took one in the first half, and now Claudio Munoz going into Luis Guardia's book as well, the captain, picking up the yellow.
And this is a situation here. Let's take a look at the penalty here. First of all, well done by Barril and Brown to win the possession. And
I thought he might have been going down before the contact
yeah,
came.
it looked like it. It looked like he was going down. Definitely there's some contact in the back with Paris G.
There you see Merkovich making a bit of a meal out of that little shove.
Oh yeah, everybody's trying to get a card on everyone there. So, and that was unnecessary. But Paris G, there's contact there, but John Brown slows down to make Paris G kind of get into his back, and then he goes down. That was, I think it was the right call by the referee not to call a penalty.
Luis Guardia having a chat with his assistant. I think it might have been about that incident, since the play had gone the other direction. He couldn't have a look at it, and so just wanted to make sure there wasn't any headbutting or potential red card offenses.
And now you have both the center backs for Tulsa with yellow cards. Someone on the bench has to inform Coach Steve Cook, and Cook let his players know to attack those center backs with runs, run right at them, see if they can get another yellow card and get them out of the game.
Juan Pablo Guzman or Callum Ross. Sent along there up towards Dixon. It's Barril who's going to be able to win it though. Just sort out his feet.
Yep.
He does, and it's the Jamaican, Richard Dixon.
It's kind of like in basketball, you know, someone has 5 fouls. Well, professional basketball, have 5 fouls. You try to attack them, try to give them a 6th foul so that they're out of the game. That's what OKC have to do with those 2 center backs now that each of them have a yellow. Run at them, see if they can induce them into getting another card, getting them sent off.
Dixon. The feet of Tua Hene. Nice ball there for John Brown. Paris G getting the boot up to clear.
We're going to see how creative OKC is here in their attacking third with this goal advantage.
As going down there under the weight of the challenge there from Odyssey is Alex Dixon. Or Richard Dixon, I should say. And it'll be a free kick for Oklahoma City. Both of these teams credited last season for 46 goals, although Tulsa actually scored 50, because in their opening game they won 4-1 over Colorado Springs, but it was forfeited due to fielding an ineligible player, which is Paris G, the left back today in the squad for Tulsa. He was ineligible at the time he played in that season opener. So a 4-1 win became a 3-0 loss. Tulsa still managed to make the playoffs, so overcoming that kind of 6-point flip.
Yeah.
This will be Brown who will swing in the free kick. It's a dangerous one. Came off a white shirt. It was Cano, and couldn't be settled there in the middle of that penalty area by Ross. And instead it'll go all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Oh, it's a great ball swerved in off the set piece. And unfortunately for Energy FC, they just couldn't get a clean header onto it. We've seen a couple of occasions, one for Tulsa, one for Oklahoma City, where they were able to get that ball into the area and have one of their defenders, or excuse me, attacking players, get a head onto it and at least try to make something positive toward goal. So that's an encouraging sign for OKC. Then on set pieces, they can at least get a head onto it, get some kind of positive touch onto it in the area.
Barril. Oklahoma City finishing 6th in the West last year, Tulsa 7th. As trying to win it over there by that corner was John Brown. You see He was going into that advertising hoarding, apologizing to those fans in mind. I'm sure they won't mind. That's why you try and get up close and personal like that.
Yeah.
That's why you buy a ticket like that.
You wanted the sweat dripping on him. Yeah. John Brown owes that lady a hot dog or whatever drink she spilled.
Well, hopefully she's at least pleased with the fact that it'll be a corner.
Yeah. Well, if you're an OKC fan, you have to be happy. You're winning in the derby match, and your team is looking the more aggressive side, looking the side most likely to get a second goal. So it's a good start to the second half for them.
Brown with more of a lofted effort at Tuahene, trying to take it off the chest. Winning in the air was Alex Dixon. Still on there for Cano. Tried to play in Dixon. Now Barril is Brown available. We're playing his run. The low cross is sent in and swept away. Be a throw in for OKC.
I like the work that Brown is doing, but Brown needs to get into the middle of the penalty area. He does not need to be out wide sending in crosses. That's why you have a Tuahene there. You have Richard Dixon at the right back position there. Brown needs to use his big body, get in the area. I know he's putting in the hard work.
Tuahene in the area, his touch just lets him down. He tries to win it back. Fouls Merkovich in the process. Make sure you cast your vote for the USL Goal of the Week every Monday evening at USLsoccer.com as the road to the Fans' Choice USL Goal of the Year continues throughout the season. I'm sure OKC Energy fans will place a vote for Francis Tuahene's effort. That has them 1-0 up. Here's Alex Dixon, the run of the defender. He'll send the cross in, awkwardly off the boot of Ugarte, but for a throw.
That was well worked down the left side of the OKC attack with Barril. A smooth touch to get Alex Dixon into space, and then the service inside looking for Brown, but still well worked down the left side by OKC.
Dixon to a Tuahene. Tries a couple of tricks and flicks. Comes out to Guzman and Ross. Been impressed by the work of Callum Ross in holding midfield, as the boot there up from a Tuahene, just a little bit too much for Paris G, and it is a free kick.
Yeah, Callum Ross has done a good job of neutralizing the Tulsa midfield, and then also being smart and into when he moves forward and to help out in attack as well. Callum Ross is quietly having a very good game.
One of two players from Great Britain in this team, along with John Brown, the Welshman, playing for his coach who hails from Sheffield in the UK. Here's Paris G. Bins. Arce. Wide for Adrian Jusino, whose touch lets him down. We are told there will be a change here coming up. Looks like Santiago Maidana is preparing to come on. It'll be Argentinian for Argentinian, as Fernando Arce will come off.
Arce has been very quiet here, not only in the second half, but I would say the last 10-15 minutes of the first half. He's the man that Arce taking the set pieces, but Maidana should offer them a little more possession on the ball, a little more creativity going forward. Arce just didn't see enough of the ball, and you can see he's frustrated with his performance in this match.
Both of these players coming through youth systems in Argentina. Arce with Independiente and Maidana with River Plate.
Oh, Maidana has to be happy. River Plate just beat Boca in the Supercopa in that classic rivalry match. So he has to be happy about that. River Plate beating Boca.
Paris G. As a sliding challenge comes in from Richard Dixon. With Oklahoma City last year, 26 appearances. He's been in USL with St. Louis, Charlotte, and Tampa, as we'll have a change now for Oklahoma City. And it's the third FC Dallas player to step onto the pitch for Steve Cook this evening. Emma Tomasi coming on for Alex Dixon. So full complement of FC Dallas players in this team. having a go. Tumasi, the 11th overall pick in MLS Super Draft, loaned to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, it's out there on the left now, so you have the two draft picks, one on the left, one on the right.
Pair of 21-year-old Ghanaians as well, as Tumasi is going to try and make an instant impact. Here he is down this left-hand side, going to run at the defender, cutting towards the byline, doing well to cut off his progress was Jusino, and it's a back pass, and we're going to have an indirect free kick, because that was a back pass from Adrian Jusino to Fabian Cerda, and that is going to be an indirect free kick right there by the byline. Now, it was cheeky from Guzman. He tried to put the ball back in play and send it across for Oklahoma City's second, but Cerda is arguing that it was not a back pass, but rather kind of a deflection or, you know, a defensive touch that just happened to be in Cerda's path that is not resulting in indirect free kick. So it will be the ball inside the area, but not a penalty, as you have a look.
Let's see. Jusino winning the ball. Ooh, I think Cerda might have a point there.
Yeah, that was just kind of a defensive move rather than a pass.
Yeah, the Jusino gets in between Tumasi and the ball, and it looks like almost just by accident that he touches it with the toe poke with the right foot there. I don't think the intent was to pass it back to Fabian Cerda, and I'm surprised Cerda didn't get a yellow card. He's holding the ball, screaming at the referee. Surprised the referee didn't give him a yellow for dissent, but.
So here are the rules of an indirect free kick.
Here we go. Yeah.
Paulo Guzman will have the ball inside the area, just outside the 6-yard area. There you see. He cannot shoot from that position.
Right.
He must pass it to another player who then can shoot. So we'll see what kind of routine they might have worked out for this scenario. This actually recently happened in a German Bundesliga game, and the defensive team put all 11 players on the goal line to stop any potential shot that came in. As the shot does come in, it's straight into the wall, and again, and the player on the line, on the third time of asking, Barril, it's saved by Cerda, and Tulsa survive it.
Unbelievable, what defending, desperate defending.
Tuahene now trying to play for Oklahoma City, and the Roughnecks have survived.
Maybe the handball.
Tumasi might have an opportunity to shoot. It's awkwardly off of Cerda, and out for the corner.
See the replay here, but I thought there might have been a possible handball on the second shot on this. Let's see. It might have been off of Paris G. I thought that maybe there was a handball there, but wasn't called. Oh, very lucky for Tulsa and OKC. They smell the blood in the water to try to get a second goal here. Sorry if I use a nautical term or a marine biology term there. It was Shark Week a couple weeks ago, but they smell it.
John Brown will swing it in. Edge of the area, it looked like Cano was in there. Still on for OKC. It'll be a throw-in.
Tulsa, they're getting numbers back as well. They're making it tough for OKC to slice and make those cutting passes in the area because they're getting 5-6 players in the penalty area. And when you have that penalty area clock like that, it's tough.
Baril. Actually, it's a cross, and it needed to be cleared off the line. Terrific work from Claudio Munoz to be aware of the trajectory of that ball. It looked like a cross, but it might have been 2-0 if not for Munoz.
One word, 3 syllables. Golazo. That would have been a tremendous goal.
Can a golazo be unintentional, though?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Some contact there. You see David Vondriel not pleased with the lack of a free kick given. And Oklahoma City can win this second ball. Here's a Tuahene. It's a lovely flick there for Barril. And he actually has to put it out of play due to an injury well behind the play.
Oh, and Barril is frustrated because he had space going forward.
Let's have a look here at the opportunity. If that's a shot, that's one of the greatest shot attempts.
Yeah.
I mean, the tricks before that were incredible as well.
Yeah.
But if that's a shot, that's one of the greatest goals ever.
He learned that at Real Madrid, that's for sure. He learned that at Real Madrid Castilla, playing football there. Either Raul or Zidane, somebody he saw doing it, because that was unbelievable. That would have been goal of the year in the first week of the season, the first round of the season. And Barril showing his magic That was spectacular.
The Energy FC Gold Card is a benefit for season seat members that earns them discounts at several metro area locations like Carl's Plaques, the Soccer Store, Dental Works, and Movie Central, and Flower Boutique in Tuttle. To learn more, visit energyfc.com/gold. Heavy sliding challenge coming in there from Richard Dixon. Kind of full-blooded football the fans love to see. Baril on the touchline, able to force the throw in.
And we're seeing Baril getting a lot of confidence or receiving a lot of trust from Steve Cook. The formation has him behind the center forward, but he's had the freedom to roam, hold the possession, and create for his teammates. They're more of an attacking role.
As the ball is played in towards John Brown, came off him and said not able to claim.
Yeah, last year under the previous regime, Jimmy Nielsen, he was a little bit deeper. He would be playing in a 4-4-2 next to Guzman, but under Steve Cook recognizing his ability to set up and dribble and hold the possession, pushing him up a little bit higher to get him more involved in the attack, trying to be the conductor of the attack.
Merkovich. Ugarte. Here is Richard Dixon, winning it back for Oklahoma City.
Talked about Callum Ross playing well. Richard Dixon.
Oh,
that was close.
Calm and composed there from the Chilean Cerda.
Richard Dixon has done well also at that right back position.
Paris G.
And smart by Steve Cook. You have a young player in Tuahene on the right.
It's a decent attempt there from Barril, but nice step there from Ugarte.
Yeah. Have a young player on the right side with Tuahene, so you put the experience behind him to watch his back or cover his back, and Richard Dixon. So you get the youth and experience, good balance there in the formation for Steve Cook and the Energy FC.
Decent through ball attempt there. Cano forced to play back to Van Ocol, who boots it to Rosed. He's trying to come up with Paris G, the left back for Tulsa, like what that sounds like in relation to Paris Saint-Germain, the fact that they're PSG. And you know what to me it sounds like? It sounds like a video game that doesn't have the rights, like the copyrights to the teams in world football, and you would call them Paris G.
Paris G instead of Paris SG.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Paris G. I feel like I've heard that name before, like in
Pro Evolution Soccer, like one of those
like
games.
Yeah.
It doesn't have like the FIFA rights.
Right. Paris G. That might be the coolest name in USL. I think that might be the coolest name.
And there he is on the ball. He loses out there to Richard Dixon. And he goes flying on his way. He's going to try and play into the channel for John Brown, doing well to get around the central defender. Here is the Welshman Brown. He'll play in the cross. It's dealt with, but only as far as a Tuahene. Can he get his second? Struggled to sort out his first touch. Took a deflection on the way through. It'll be a corner.
Well done by Dixon. Richard Dixon on the counterattack. And then Tuahene has got to settle it, but one touch too many, and then lost his footing. And that cost him a good opportunity at a goal. Came up with another thing for Paris G. Old school 90s French rapper. There we go.
Will be a corner for Oklahoma City Energy. John Brown again to take it. Center forward taking corners, it reminds me of the Euros of when Harry Kane took corners for England, and everyone was like, why is Harry Kane taking corners? But it's been decent service from John Brown so far. And as that one is headed away, it will be a throw-in though for OKC.
Yeah, Harry Kane is one of the best goal scorers on the planet, and you have him outside the penalty area taking corners. It's unusual, yeah. I don't think he will be for the World Cup, though.
I don't think he will. As Tuahene tries to weave his way around that massive bodies. Here's Ross at the feet of Tumasi. He'll try the left-footed shot, but not the cleanest of contact. USL's Facebook page brings you the best from across the league with news, highlights, and interactive features like the USL on Facebook to get the league's best content delivered to you.
It's been tough for Oklahoma City. They've looked better out wide, but through the middle, it just gets clogged, and they haven't been able to kind of cleanly build the attack that way. That's why you see Barril floating out wide. He has a little more room to operate by going out wide.
We like taking the fan shots, but we took it just as
Yeah.
the fan in the middle of the shot was taking a big swig of her Modelo Especial. Having a nice time here at Taft Stadium as the clearance is fluffed there by Cerda, and it'll be a throw-in.
Is that a smart move in this weather to be drinking cold beer? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
it is St. Patrick's Day.
Ah, yeah.
There she is.
I like the scarf.
See, long throw is sent in to Ahene with a flicked-on header. Set it out to punch. It's only as far as Ross. They'll send it back in. Brown might have been coming back from an offside position. Play on, says the referee. Here's Richard Dixon on the turn. Lovely little dink pass there for Barril. He certainly takes his time on the ball. Dispossessed. And Tulsa can try and counter. Not too much in this second half by way of creating chances for Tulsa Roughnecks. Seem like surviving this 1-0 scoreline.
And it's been a situation where Oklahoma City, they've had so much more possession, and they've pinned Tulsa in their attacking half. I mean, Oklahoma City has pinned Tulsa in their defensive half, I should say. So it's been hard for them just to get the ball out of their own half.
Here's an opportunity. Nice ball there from Jusino. Here's John Pires. Nice ball out wide to the right back who would come forward. Kyle Highland doing well to sort that out. And can Oklahoma City get the counter going with Tumasi? They cannot, but it is a throw. A Mercy physician can keep you at the top of your game. Find your doctor at mercy.net/topgame. At Mercy, your life is our work. Presenting sponsor of this coverage here. Thank you for joining us. You're watching on the USL YouTube channel. Catch the highlights of this one pretty soon after the conclusion of this one. Watch the other games around the league this evening. There's Christian Ibiaga. Nice touch there from Atua Hene, sends Barril on his way. He'll play in Brown. Can he get the right crossing towards Atua Hene?
Oh!
Couldn't pick out either side of Cerda, who looks to quickly sprint the counter.
Oh, that was well worked by Oklahoma City, but I thought at first Barril, Atua Hene was making the run up the middle, and I thought that Barril would try to slide it to him through the middle instead of playing it out wide. I thought that might have been a better choice. It wasn't a bad choice to go out wide, but I think it would have been a better. If you look at the replay, there's plenty of space in the middle for Atua Hene, but he got it out wide to Brown, and almost a second goal there.
That was a really good chance.
Yeah. But I thought if Barril, he had time and space on the ball, if he had just played the diagonal ball to the middle, because Atua Hene was making the run in the middle, it might have been a better option.
I agree. Then needing that cross to be inch perfect. Was good
Yeah.
service, though, from John Brown.
Oh, very good service.
The ball is sent long up towards Barril. Munoz tried to take it out of the air, but Cerda there to hang on to it.
Sometimes the best route is the direct route, and I think that would have been a better play. But still, it's positive football, attacking football from Oklahoma City, and Tulsa's having problems stopping it.
Binns trying to send it over the top towards Joaquin Rivas. It's just been a bit of a turgid evening for Tulsa from an attacking point of view. You see there, down there is Juan Pablo Guzman. David Vontrill would just like a bit more from his men going forward. As you get a look here at the challenge that led to Guzman going down. Just a little bit of kick in the side there.
Oh, I think that could have been a yellow card there.
Yeah.
That was close. That looked like a yellow card. It looked like Maidana's leg came up and might have made some contact in the back part of the leg of Guzman. didn't even come close to even challenging in the air for the ball. That could have been a yellow on Maidana.
Barreto taking it down very well for Atuahene. He unable to settle his touch. What have you made so far of Atuahene's 75 minutes? Obviously scoring the goal, but in terms of sorting out his touch, you see that there's a real quality player there
Right.
if he can put it all together.
I think the first touch has to improve a little bit, and his awareness in terms of his positioning on the field, when to make runs in the space, has to improve a little bit, but it's all there. He has the pace, obviously he has the finishing. It's just a matter of experience, and then obviously he's going to get into the film room, see, oh, I should have made this run at this time into this space, going to the left or to the right. So it's just a matter of experience, but he's got all the tools to be a successful professional footballer and be effective, especially down the right side. He's got pace, he's got excellent finishing touch as well. So if I had to give him a grade, I'd give him like a B, which is better than I did in school.
Scoring the goal in your debut?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd give him a B, but I'm a tough teacher. That's why, you know.
Tough critic.
Yeah, if he gets 2 goals, then it's an A.
Okay,
but
all right. Watch out for that here in the final quarter
Yeah.
hour. This one, Oklahoma City Energy lead by a 0-0, but it's a free kick taken there by Michael Binns. Even before it swung in, though, there was some illegal contact, and it will be a free kick to OKC. Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL players and USLsoccer.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Check it out at USLsoccer.com. Search From the Pitch. So it'll be Matt Van Ocol. Mentioned the fact that his performance in the lower leagues led to his kick up to MLS. Certainly motivation for any lower division player. His last season with FC Edmonton in NASL, 16 clean sheets in 32 games, and a goals against average of 0.55.
Oh, that's impressive.
It was a really impressive
Yeah,
backline
great
that
numbers.
season from that Edmonton team, and Matt Van Ocol was certainly a part of it. Why Steve Cook mentioned in our conference call with him this week that he could be the best goalkeeper in USL this season. So, and you see that sometimes in the English Championship, where a player is top quality at the championship level but doesn't quite make it at Premier League level. You saw Matt Van Ocol last year with Real Salt Lake not quite get the job done, but at this level can be absolutely superb.
Now, one thing about goalkeepers specifically is...
See there the frustration of Richard Dixon.
Dixon should have wanted to foul there, but specifically with goalkeepers, they make that jump to the next echelon or next level, but they need help as well. You can't just expect the goalkeeper to make all these saves. You need a good, strong back line in front of them that they can work well, they communicate well with each other. It's almost like American football. You have a quarterback, you draft him from college to the pros, but you put a crappy offensive line in front of him, he's not going to do anything.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of the same situation.
As a change is being prepared over on that OKC Energy bench. Jaime Sia getting ready to come on. Another Spaniard into this one. He is another Madrid native. Here's Juan Pablo Guzman. He's of Colombian heritage. Tumasi will try and play it up towards Brown, but closer to the defender. Tulsa will look to break.
That was good vision there, an attempt by Tumasi to get to Brown there. Brown was making the right run.
Tulsa will feel they obviously have a chance to pull one back and get the equalizer here. And there is plenty of space on that right-hand side. Well dealt with there by Cano. Highland able to swing and clear.
Yeah, Rivas just running at the defense. He had a player overlapping. Got to slow up a little bit, let that player overlap, and then get it to him, and then maybe make that run in near post, try to tap it in. At least play it so that they can get a good, decent cross.
And here's the change to be made for Oklahoma City. Jaime Sia prepared to come on as looks like it'll be Atuahene who's done after 79 minutes. So the B grade from George DiMattelis is sealed because he could not score a second goal. Still a very decent debut from the FC Dallas man, Francis Atuahene.
Yeah, he just has to work on his positioning and his distribution and passing, but he had a very good game. Always important and as a confidence booster to get a goal in your first game. So he's performed well, and he's going to be a danger to USL defenses as the season progresses.
Challenge coming in from Callum Ross. Play on, says the referee. Here's Baril taking plenty of space. He'll have a shot. And it goes wide.
And Callum Ross winning the ball in the midfield. That's the key. And Baril with plenty of time and space. Just can keep that shot very accurate. But it's been there for OKC throughout the midfield, throughout this match. The marking of Tulsa's midfield has been loose, to say the least. So it's been there for OKC. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it through the middle of the pitch more often.
Poor distribution there from Ivan Mirkovic. It'll be a throw-in. Launch towards Brown, who tried to take advantage of the fact he can be offside and unable to get possession. Slipping on the ball there with Michael Gamble. Some cheers from the crowds, but he might actually be in here. Michael Gamble gets it behind the defender, rushing on his Van Ocol, and he's able to get a clear bit of contact on that, and then finally boots it as far away as possible. Good work there from the OKC goalkeeper.
Absolutely, very well done by Matt Van Ocol. Don't want to let that defender, that attacking player, get the ball into your penalty area. You got to beat him to the ball and put pressure on him, and that's what he did there. Good timing off of his line by Matt Van Ocol.
And another change coming here, this one for Tulsa. Eti Tavares coming on, native of Guinea-Bissau. Last 2 seasons with Real Monarchs. And now with Tulsa Roughnecks, trying to be the difference maker. You see the frustration there of John Pires, the Uruguayan, going to the bench. The throw-in is taken here for Tumasi.
It's been tough for Pires because he's been starved of service. OKC playing the majority of the second half in their attacking half, and Tulsa have had problems building their attack and maintaining possession. So Pires has had probably maybe 1 touch in the second half. He's just doesn't have the service. So it's been a struggle for him in this game.
On the turn there, the substitute Maidana losing out possession, and it will be a free kick. You see there the frustration. There is Baril going down. A bit of a shove there on Guzman. You know, we are going to see a booking here. Some more pushing and shoving. And Dixon pointing in the face there of the Roughnecks player.
I believe it was Mirkovic.
It's Mirkovic, indeed.
Yeah. Mirkovic needs to go in the book for that. He just shoved the player after the foul.
The Serbian using perhaps a bit of interesting language in there.
Yeah, it ain't Shakespearean, that's for sure. Yeah, but Mirkovic has to go in the book for shoving the play. I didn't see who it was. He shoved.
It was Guzman.
It was Guzman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he shoved Guzman. That was completely unnecessary. He's got to go in the book for that at least.
Luis Guardia with the book in his hand. Might even have a double yellow situation.
Yeah. That's probably justified to get both of them. They got Rivas on the foul on Baril.
Yeah, it is Joaquin Rivas for the challenge, not for any of the afters. And it will be a free kick for Oklahoma City.
I don't think you need to be giving verbal warnings in the 84th minute. I think both Guzman and Mirkovic deserve yellow cards for their altercation. Maybe Mirkovic more so.
3 Tulsa players in the book. Guzman is over this free kick and trying to send one towards the penalty area, as he will. Headed there by Tavares. Lumped clear only as far as Guzman. Now Tulsa can charge forward there with Binns. It's a heavy challenge in there from Guzman. Dixon now to try and win it off of Parashi. Was actually Tumasi there with the attempt there. Throwing his body around there was Michael Gamble. Tumasi.
And Tumasi's moved over to the right with Sia.
Oh, there's definite handball in there. I was going to say it came off of Jaime Sia. I thought it was Michael Binns who took a swing at the ball. It is indeed handball and a free kick for Tulsa. He likes to slow down there to try and send this set piece towards the penalty area.
And Tumasi's moved over to the right now. And Sia in the middle. It's almost kind of, it appears to me kind of like a 4-2-2-2 maybe. With Barril kind of pushing up a little bit, just trying to get more bodies in the midfield.
Binns, a decent header down from a Roughnecks player, but it'll be a goal kick.
This is a situation out. Oklahoma City did just have to be solid defensively and organized defensively, and they'll hold on and win this game.
You mentioned Barril going forward a little bit. Chief Cook electing to solidify in midfield with the Oklahoma native, another in the team with Ibiaga, Justin Chavez. To Edmond Memorial High School, just a 25-minute drive from this ground. So he'll feel a bit of emotion coming out onto the pitch. Playing for a hometown club. Last 3 seasons with Tampa Bay Rowdies, 2 in NASL, 1 in USL. A goal and 4 assists in that time. Also played with the Fort Lauderdale Strikers in NASL. So the 27-year-old native of Oklahoma City, and those fans can claim he's one of their own. There's Sia. See there, nice work as Brown tried to leave it for him, but the deflection stopped the momentum of that ball. It's a good challenge there from Guzman, and after the fact, it is a free kick.
And we've seen that attacking trio, Dixon, Barril, and Atuahene, if I could say the name, they have been all subbed off, and it's now it looks like it's Sia in the middle behind Brown, and then you have Tumasi on the right, and it looks like Chavez is going to be out on the left there. So it's still the 4-2-3-1.
Tumasi dealing with it well. It's Paris G. He'll swing it into the area. It actually went all the way through. Van Ocol thought it might have taken a touch off a white shirt, so he claims. Energy FC's next home match is Wednesday, March 28th against Orange County SC. For more information about becoming an Energy FC member, bringing a group to a match, or single game tickets, call 235-KICK.
Definitely been a frustrating night for Tulsa. They just haven't been able to maintain possession for any decent spell of time. Nothing through the middle. They've been trying to go route one with long balls over the top. That hasn't worked. It's been a complete performance by OKC. The back line has played well. The midfield, the holding midfielders between Guzman and Ross have played well. The attacking trio have seen a lot of touches. If you're talking about the starting attacking trio.
We're actually going to have a yellow card in the middle of all that. Not sure if there was any particular challenge, but perhaps for time wasting. Didn't quite see who the yellow was in the direction of. Actually, Fabian Cerda has come up to take the free kick. And you see there, Luis Guardia. And it's Jaime Sia, the substitute, who will draw the yellow, according to our PA official. As the ball is sent forward by Cerda going all the way through, out for the goal kick.
I think Sia got caught pulling the jersey. That's what it was. So, and that's an easy call for the referee.
Bit surprised in this second half that Tulsa Roughnecks, a goal down, is yet to really create a clear-cut chance.
Well, what has happened here is Oklahoma City, they've done a good job of keeping the possession in their attacking half for the most part. And so Tulsa just haven't been able to generate anything. And in the last few minutes, they've gotten a little bit desperate, so they've been playing long balls over the top, and that's been very easy for Oklahoma City to defend. So
another free kick, and it'll be a second yellow. Francisco Ugarte is going to get sent off.
Oh.
And with a minute left in the 90, It's a second yellow card on the German Chilean Francisco Ugarte, and starts his 2018 in exactly the opposite fashion he would have hoped. A red for the number 17.
And comes in over the back. Oh, that's tough. It's that arm, that left arm that crashes down and comes down on the head.
Is that a red card offense for you?
It's not a red card, but it's a second yellow. Yeah, it's a yellow card offense for sure, because he jumps up and he comes down with that hand on the top of the head of Brown, and it's not necessary. He doesn't need to do that. So, and it's not smart. He knows he has a yellow card. You can't be making those choices. You can't leave those decisions in the hands of the referee. So it's not smart by Ugarte. I think he deserved the second yellow for that one.
And now Tulsa even more up against it. Another swing at the boot. I thought that might have been straight red for the substitute Maidana. You see his frustration there. Just having a swing out. It'll be 5 minutes to be added on, but it will be yellow for the Argentinian.
Tulsa's
pure frustration.
Yeah, pure frustration. They appear to be coming apart a little bit in terms of their poise. It's frustration because they haven't seen enough of the ball to push forward and help out an attack. It's been a good, strong performance by Oklahoma City here.
As Guzman will send it in. Tumasi tries the overhead kick. It was a decent opportunity. Would have been another goal so.
Yes. we would have had 2 golazos in this game if they'd gone over the line into the net. Yeah. What I like about what Tumasi does, look, he plays with his back toward goal and uses his body to shield Paris G off the ball and then get himself a shot on frame. So sometimes it's not about running into the area, and especially on set pieces. It's about using your body, your physicality to create space and opportunity.
As Tavares runs the ball out of play, Oklahoma City will try and counter. As Sia was dispossessed. Still a throw-in, though, for OKC. You see, though, Tulsa is going to try and throw numbers forward with that one less player on the pitch. You'll see them perhaps exposed a little bit.
Yeah, and you're talking about second half stoppage time. I know you're down a man. They're down a man, down a goal, Tulsa, but got nothing to lose. Just push forward, see what happens. We've seen plenty of teams down a man come back and get an equalizer and salvage a point. So they really don't have anything to lose. It's not like it's a playoff game or the final. It's the first game of the season. You might as well be aggressive, go forward, and take your chances.
Tavares leaving it there, and Tulsa will just try and create something. A nice back heel left for the Guinea-Bissau international, but well dealt with there by Oklahoma City. And now is there a counter-attacking opportunity on? Look how far off his line Fabian Cerda is. And he'll just send it long. Well played. The flick down header is available for Michael Campbell. Coming across there and winning it was the substitute Chavez. Headed on by Sia. And he's going to try and get in between the defender and the goalkeeper, who was dangerous there at the back. But again, dealt with there by Tulsa.
Fabian Cerda outside of the penalty box there on a couple of occasions. Better be careful.
This game has seen poised a couple of times to see a second goal. We haven't seen it yet. Can Tulsa perhaps create that opportunity, or can Oklahoma City hit on the counter one last time? Cerda. Away by Dixon. Paris G. Lofted in, dealt with by Jordan Cano. It's a very solid debut for OKC. Counter-attacking opportunity on here through John Brown. He's going to take it towards the corner flag. Experienced veteran that he is, knows to stop there. He goes down, and Berkovic is frustrated, and it will be, I believe, a free kick.
It's smart play there by Brown, as you mentioned. Just take it to the flag, burn some clock, get closer to a victory. As Oklahoma City about to start this season the right way, not only with a victory, but in a victory in a rivalry game, and in Steve Cook's first game, professional USL game in charge. That's huge.
And again, going down by the corner flag is Brown, and again a free kick. See Mirkovic there doing all he can to win the ball back as precious seconds tick off. Can Oklahoma City seal the first of 3 derbies between these two teams? Again, Brown holding it by the corner flag, that time dispossessed. And again, a throw in for Oklahoma City. An effective job to kill off this clock. Tumasi. Brown taking it down off the chest, swung at by Michael Campbell and kicked the ball straight into his abs.
Oh, that's...
Could have the most well-defined six-pack in the world. Yeah. That's still going to hurt.
All that medicine ball workout is working out for John Brown. The small price to pay for victory.
Is there an opportunity here for Tulsa? We've had our minimum of 5 minutes. It's a free kick for Oklahoma City. Might that just be the last meaningful action in this one? Claudio Munoz just wants Oklahoma City to get on with it, but you know they won't.
Oh, no, they're going to waste time here. They're going to take their time, as you should do in professional soccer.
And that is the final whistle. Oklahoma City Energy hang on to their goal scored in the 6th minute. Francis Atuahene, the goal scorer, the winning goal scorer on his debut, to give Oklahoma City Energy a 1-0 victory over Tulsa Roughnecks in the first Black Gold Derby of 2018.
First win for Steve Cook. First match of the season against the rival. Great start for him.
A managerial debut.
Yes.
And a managerial win. Not a managerial as a professional, but as the Oklahoma City manager gets the 3 points in this one to win this one by 1-0. The Energy FC Man of the Match is brought to you by Mass Mutual of Oklahoma. And tonight's Man of the Match, courtesy of our production crew, as Energy, you see they're celebrating the 1-0 victory over Tulsa Roughnecks. Energy. We'll be back for the Centec postgame show right after these messages.
When that hurricane hit, the entire community came together as a whole. It was such an overwhelming response to help others. No one thought that they were going to do this before it happened, and everyone just did it. I think that's the way that human nature should be looked at.
I'll stand by you. I'll stand by you. Won't let nobody hurt you. I'll stand by you.
Success is achieved through hard work, and many business owners work tirelessly for years to realize the dream of franchising their business. FFB partners with companies of all sizes every day and offers an extensive variety of treasury services. FFB will outline a plan just for you, help you streamline cash flow, and monitor your business transactions. Because we know you've got better things to do, like grow your business. FFB. We go where you go.
Welcome to the Energy FC postgame show brought to you by Centec. There you see the winning manager in his first game as Oklahoma City Energy manager Steve Cook with a 1-0 victory over Tulsa Roughnecks in the Derby. A pivotal victory to start this 2018 campaign.
Very important, especially when you consider it's a new coach, a new change in strategy, new change in tactics, and Oklahoma City Energy able to receive that message and go out there and perform in their first game of the season against an arch rival. Huge victory.
Let's take a look at the full match highlights. Here would be the opening goal, Francis Atuahene.
Yeah, Francis Atuahene with a great finish there, but it was a error in the midfield by Michael Benz, basically passing it to Atuahene, and then he was able to finish past Fabian Cerda. It was a great goal, but also taking advantage of a big mistake in the midfield.
University of Michigan product with his first goal as a professional. As you take a look now at the chances that would come for either team, there would be Jordan Cano.
Yep, Jordan Cano actually had a very good game out of the back. Wasn't tested too much defensively, but still did a good job. And then Tuahene showing that he can not only just score from the right, but also cut in the middle. This was madness right here.
Incredible.
Yes, I'm surprised there was not a second goal there. G with a save, and then Cerda with a save as well, after a controversial decision in terms of a back pass. And it was still 1-0 at this point, and this would have been the first of the golazos that we were talking about, as Barril almost making it 2-0. And then
with the attempt towards that far post here, Barril again, he'd play in John Brown, and he'd send in the cross.
And this one almost a second goal, and we mentioned it when it happened. We thought he probably should have gone through the middle first, but still clever football to go out wide. And then Matt Van Ocol just playing sweeper keeper at this point.
Yeah, coming off his line, taking it off of Michael Campbell. There you would see the second yellow card, a red for Francisco Ugarte, as he would head back to the showers early. As we take a look at our full match stats, George.
Yeah, we see OKC with more of the possession. They also had more shots on target, especially in the second half. They really did turn up the pressure on the Tulsa defense in the second half, and 20 shots, but it's that one by Tuahene that proves to be the difference. And red card for Tulsa. Got a little heated in this derby match, and when it gets heated, the team that wins keeps their composure the best. Oklahoma City did that.
Yeah, and you see the 20 shots to 11.
Yeah.
The possession numbers don't really point out the difference in quality in this match. Oklahoma City Energy well on top.
Absolutely. Very, very, very great point there, because it was just a dominant display by Oklahoma City. Tulsa never really tested Van Ocol in goal.
Let's now get to our Mass Mutual Oklahoma Man of the Match. The Energy FC Man of the Match is brought to you by Mass Mutual of Oklahoma. It's Francis Atuahene. His first goal as a professional, MLS Super Draft pick of FC Dallas, the University of Michigan, loaned for the season to Oklahoma City Energy, and scores the goal.
Yeah, well deserved by Francis Atuahene, and his season is just going to get better and better under Steve Cook's tactical system.
And he is the Mass Mutual Oklahoma Man of the Match. That'll do it for us here for the USL. My name is Chris Whittingham. He was George DiMattelis. Once again, your final score: Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0. The goal coming courtesy of our man of the match, Francis Atuahene, in his first game as a professional, setting the Taft Stadium crowd into raptures. The Oklahoma City Energy taking the first black and gold derby of the season, on their way to taking the wrench. Once again, your final score: Oklahoma City Energy 1, Tulsa Roughnecks 0. My name is Chris Whittingham for our USL crew. That's it for us.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.